Hello guys, I'm welcome you back to my channel, and this is our third video. Please do well to like and subscribe to my channel for more videos. Thank you. Okay, so in today's video we are going to learn how to find the inverse of functions. So suppose you have this function over there, f of x equals 2 plus x squared. How would you find its inverse? Now, in order to find the inverse of any function, there are steps that you have to follow. Okay, so step one. Step one, you have to represent f of x with a variable. Let's say y. It's mostly we use y. So represent f of x with y. Right. So if you have to represent f of x with y, then we will now have our function to be y equals 2 plus x squared. Right. Then the second step, step 2, is to make x the subject. Right, so from this equation that we have to make x the subject. So we have y equals 2 plus x squared. Making x the subject, we have to get rid of these two, so we subtract 2 from both sides, or in other words, we transpose the 2 to this side. We transpose, yeah, so y will be equal to, no, y minus 2 will be equal to x squared. That's, we've moved the 2 from this side to this side, so we get x squared equals y minus 2. Since we have to make x the subject, we square root both sides, so x will be equal to the square root of y minus 2. Now we've made x the subject. Our third and final step is to interchange x and y. So we replace this y with x and replace this x with y. That's all. So interchange x and y. Right, so we get y to be equal to x minus the square root of x minus 2. Then this y we have right here will now be replaced with the inverse symbol. That's f raised to the power minus 1 of x equals square root of x minus 2, and that will be our final answer. Right, let's go through a second example. So we have f of x equals 3x plus 5x squared. Right, so we are using the same step. Represent this with y. Yeah, 3x plus 5x squared. Make x the subject. Okay, so see this x squared, and then there's an x term over here. So if you have to make x the subject from this one, we have to use the quadratic formula, either the quadratic formula, or we go by the method of completing square. Right, so using the method of completing square, we have 5x squared plus 3x equals y. You have to make sure the coefficient of x squared here is 1, so that means you have to divide through by 5. Get 3 over 5x equals 1 over 5y. Okay, then x squared plus 3 over 5x plus, using method of completing square, we multiply the coefficient of x by half. That's 3 over 5 times half, which gives us 3 over 10. Then we add the square of this to both sides of the equation, so we get 3 over 10 all squared equals 1 over 5y plus 3 over 10 squared. Now this whole expression is the same thing as x plus 3 over 10 all squared, which is equal to 1 over 5y plus, if you have to simplify this, we get 9 over 100. Okay, now this is the same thing as our LCM. If you have to combine this expression, our LCM will be 100. 5 goes into 100 20 times, so we get 20y plus 9 all over 100. Right, there's a square here. We want to make x the subject, so we have to square root both sides. So square root of x plus 3 over 10 all squared equals square root of 20y plus 9 all over 100. Square root always gives us plus or minus. So we have plus or minus square root of 20y plus 9 over, the square root of 100 to be 10, right? Okay, so the square root of this will get rid of the square over here, right? So we will now have x plus 3 over 10 equals plus or minus square root of 20y plus 9 all over 10. We have to make x a subject, so we move the 3 over 10 to the side. So we get x to be equal to minus 3 over 10 plus or minus square root of 20y plus 9 all on 10. So x will be equal to negative 3 plus or minus 20y plus 9 all over 10. That is our second step. Now the third and final step is to interchange x and y. So we have y to be equal to negative 3 plus or minus square root of 20x plus 9 all over 10. And then we represent the y with the inverse sign. Minus 3 plus or minus square root of 20x plus 9 all over 10. And that will be our final answer. Okay, so that is all about the inverse. And to add up to what we've learned so far, you will not always get an expression in terms of x. Sometimes you may get an expression like f of a equals, let's say, 20a plus 5. If you want to find the inverse of this function, it's the same. You just go through the same step. The only difference is that the x has been replaced with an a, so it doesn't really change anything. Okay, so this is how you go about to find the inverse of a function. So let's take this one as a form of assignment and then try our hands on it. If f of x equals e raised to the power 2x plus 1 all over e raised to the power 2x minus 1, find the inverse. Okay, so that will be all for today's video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Please do well to like and subscribe to my channel for more videos. Thank you.